I just I let's just say I'm clearly not the greatest person when I'm very emotional. um for one. But I just there's some things that I missed and things that I didn't really go over my own behavior as much as I could have because I'm not a saint. I'm not gonna act like I am, you know. But there's just I just feel like the situation is just so nuanced, you know. Um, I just feel like okay, you know what? Here's the thing. If I'm gonna talk about this, I need to be doing something. So I'm just gonna like play Minecraft in the background and stuff. So, um, like the situation just it's very nuanced, and I think it's more than just black and white. Snake bad, Matt good. It's not. Here's the thing. This is so stupid. I don't feel like I should have to come online to explain my relationship with my ex. Like, I should not have to do this just because they name dropped me. This shouldn't have to be what happens. But at the same time, the situation is just so complicated, and you can't just boil it down to this person bad, this person good. I feel like there's a lot of components in this, especially to do with our past traumas, that make the situation so much worse. And I don't think that this person is willing to see things from a nuanced level. I think that they only want to see things as me bad, them good. Because if they see themselves as bad, they get really, really immediately suicidal and emotional, basically, is from what I understand. And I did end up going through some of our messages on Facebook, and I hate this stuff. You know what? I was doing so good before all of this shit happened that I learned that they wrote a call out about me, and now I'm back to looking at this shit again. And here's the first thing that I want to clarify. It's really, it's really funny to me that they think that here, okay, well, first, let me just say, like, I just want this video to be more organized and concise, and I don't want to be as emotional as I was in the other video, right? So, like, they think that I am stalking them and, like, watching them all the time online, I guess? I don't know. I don't have it in me to give that much of a fuck, if I'm honest. um, Hold on, this music is gonna totally distract me. I don't have it in me to really give that much of a fuck about them, Like, I don't know. I just don't focus on them that much. I don't know. Like, the only time. So, there may have been a time, I think, in February, though it could have been even, like, in 2019, where I looked at their page on Twitter, but it wasn't, I never, like, looked at their page, I just looked up their username and then, like, the keyword X, because I knew that they were shit-talking me to the same people who, I don't know, like, there's this group of people on Tumblr who I don't know, I thought that they were my friends, and I became friends with them through them, right? And they just, like, kind of go on Twitter or wherever to shit talk me to these people, but they hadn't name dropped me until I learned about their call out the other day. So I didn't say anything. It's just watching the shit happen, watching the dumpster fire before me, basically. Um, them say a bunch of shit and me responding on my own Tumblr and everything, but they think that, like, I'm, like, looking at their art or something, but, like, I made this clear to them before that their art triggers the fuck out of me, dude. I don't want to see this. It just reminds me of how you, like I said, sucked up all of, like, the color in me and then, like, created your own misappropriated version of, like, my art and spirituality and shit, you know? Like, that's what it felt like. I don't know. That's what it felt like to me. I, I, here, I have a whole list of stuff that I decided to write down. Um, yeah, I'm not free from being emotionally biased and seeing things that aren't there. I still have delusions, though they're not as frequent these days. There may be times where they said something and I refused it because I couldn't bring myself to believe it. Like, for example, I like if they ever told me that they loved me, I wasn't able to bring myself to believe it because I just struggle a lot with believing that anyone loves me because of my childhood. So that's fun. Um, you know, and I think that they did try to validate me sometimes, but it was just like this thing where, like, it sounds so stupid and like childish now to me, but like it was so intense while I was in the moment with them, and it's like we would fight over like aesthetics and stuff. Like we would fight over like I remember messaging them because they reblogged something on Tumblr that reminded me of myself, but they tagged it as their OC Jack, and we had this whole fight about it, and I like didn't. I felt uncomfortable because I felt like, well, I feel this way. Does this mean that I'm Jack now, or that you're me now? Like, you know, like what? I feel like it felt like I could only, in my mind, I could only become either Jack or Snake, or I wasn't allowed to be either of them, and I had to be a girl or something, basically. Oh man, oh my god, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. Like, 'cause so much of it is like just both of us being really delusional about MK Ultra and Monarch programming. Like that's so much of it. That's so much of it. And I don't know. I just I I don't know what to tell you. I was a delusional person. I didn't have any specific intention of trying to manipulate them to believe this. I don't know how I would manipulate them to believe this thing. I don't know. I just really intensely believed it and had all these justifications. And I told them my justifications, and they believed it with me. So yeah, and so there's a lot of things where like we're saying that like were programmed to act certain ways, and they thought that they were programmed to act like Jack or something, or act like Vincent or whatever. They think, you know, stuff like that. And I thought I was programmed to act like a girl or something and not be myself, you know. And you know, like like I don't know, it's just it's weird. It's weird. I don't know. I don't know. It's just very. I don't know. I wouldn't know how to. It's not easy to explain. So like the whole theory is that there's these billionaires and they brainwash children from a young age in a cult basically, and they give them different altars by traumatizing them and giving them some sort of like amnesia walls so they can't access these altars basically. And the different altars have different colors, and there's like color coding, and there's like blue altars and pink altars and shit. And the pink altars are like the child altars that are like usually raped by pedophiles or something, and the blue altars are like authoritarian kind of cop people. I don't know, some shit like that. And so we would make those parallels with our characters, you know. um, which which doesn't work out in my favor because green is apparently like the color of like I don't know, really loyal altars, you know, and green is my favorite color. So like I don't know, I would believe this anyways, just like, you know, disregard that fact and be like, yeah, but you know, that's not true. You know, I wear green for different reasons, you know? So it's just all around like bullshit on everyone's part, okay? Like I'm so sorry. I will not take blame for that, but I don't know what to tell you. You believed in the dumb shit with me. We both had dads who were into conspiracy theories. I don't think it's that far-fetched for both of us to get sucked into this shit very easily. I don't know. I feel like they're not willing to see things on a neutral ground where we're both to blame in a situation. Because I think in a lot of ways we really fucking are. I don't think. I think me introducing these ideas was my fault, but it's not like I introduced them to be manipulative. I just already believed this shit. and was scared for my fucking life all the time. Are you kidding me? I had like dreams that people were like sniper, like had snipers ready to shoot me and shit. I don't know. It's like, God, stupid shit. Like I would be that important to the government, you know? Like that's so stupid. Oh, God, like I don't know. I mean, maybe I am now because I'm trans and they don't want trannies, so who knows? Well, not the government, the cops mostly, the white supremacists and everything. So maybe them, but whatever. Yeah, I still won't look at their call out posts also. I refuse to. I don't look at their shit. I don't know where they're getting this. It's like they think that I'm like hyper obsessed with them. Like that I'm like a fan person when like I was the one who was trying to break up with you. Like you were the one who was clinging on to me. It was only like towards the end that like I don't know, I was just sort of like sad that it had to end, but also at the same time like there's nothing that could have changed the situation. Like there's no way that you can undo what you did to me. I'm still haunted by this. Even if you did apologize to me, like it wouldn't change much. I would not be able to trust you. I wouldn't, you know, like it would not change much. I definitely would not. Like, no, you know, like I don't know, like whatever. I'm going off. I don't care about you. I don't know how to get this through your head because I don't know if you're lying or like delusional and you think that I actually give this much of a fuck about you. But I want you to know I don't care. I don't care about you that much. I promise I'm more self-interested than you think. And while we were dating, I'll be honest, I was way more selfish than you probably think. Like I was more into myself. It's definitely selfish for me to want a girlfriend and then be with someone I'm not entirely attracted to. And that's not cool, and that wasn't cool on my part. And I think part of it was me exploring my identity a little bit, or my sexuality a little bit, because I didn't know, you know, maybe I mean, I'm kind of, sometimes, not anymore, but back then, there were times where I was, like, sort of attracted to them, you know, and, like, some things about them, but, like, when it ever became, whenever it was a thing where they wanted to become Matt, or Jack, or Perry, then I just, like, became turned off. And I liked Dez because Dez at least could like bend to become feminine sometimes, and it's not like I needed them to be feminine, but it's just that that was nice. Whereas with Jack, it's just kind of like Stone Butch, and with Matt, he's just like Rainbow Dash, but a guy, basically. Um, I don't know. I, I keep going off and I keep forgetting. See, this is my problem. I'm not good at. Okay, so I have expressive language disorder. Okay, so it's really hard for me to get my thoughts out in general, especially in a cohesive way that anybody can understand. Okay, like it all makes sense in my mind, and it's all like this clear tapestry in my mind of every like detail and pattern woven together. But then it just kind of comes out in these weird bursts and chunks that don't really. It doesn't feel like it comes together cohesively when I say it out loud. Basically, so I'm struggling with that. I'm trying my best to stay on a topic, to stay more organized, and not get too emotional about everything. Luckily, I'm pretty good at compartmentalizing my trauma, but, you know, that's years of living with my brother and no one having an issue with it, so that's really fun. We love being desensitized to our emotions in this house. Anyways, to continue, yeah, they would, I didn't know. I just didn't want to be with them if they were gonna be like Jack or Matt or Perry, because like it wasn't that they like reminded me of me completely or anything like that. It was just they reminded me of me too much. Like I guess I am weird in that I prefer someone who's like a complete opposite of me, or mostly an opposite of me, except for like stupid things like I don't know, video games we grew up playing or something. I don't know, but like when it when it gets too close to where I think we're having the same spiritual experiences, or I feel like you're pretending you're having the same spiritual experiences so you can pretend to have the same attachment to the sun that you don't have that I have. We're not going there. It's stupid. It's stupid to gatekeep spirituality in any way, but also like I don't know what is this? Like I thought you wanted to be the moon. Like are we dating or are we competing? What is going on? I don't like this. I never liked. I just wanted to be their friend after a while. Like I just wanted to be. I figured off. There were times where well first of all there were many times I tried to break up with them, but also like I just wanted to be their friend after a while. You know, like I just felt like we would work out better. And then if we were competitive with each other, it would have mattered less. Because then I don't feel all like fucked up in my head and feel dysphoric and feel like I'm not myself and shit. You know, I don't get to be me because I'm short and I'm not like, what's it called? An ectomorph. I don't just lose weight easily and barely, you know. I'm not like that, you know. I don't physically, you know, and it sucks because I think we both made each other dysphoric in that regard because it seemed like they wanted to be short like me and I wanted to be tall like them. Yeah. Yeah, so it just seemed like the relationship did not work out in many ways, and they still wanted to make it work and force it. I don't know, but I digress. So I went through and I read more of the messages that we talked because I just avoid looking at them for the most part because it's painful to even acknowledge their existence in any regard. But you know, I did look, and I will admit that in the beginning I do think that maybe I had a hand in pushing the whole Jack stuff in that like I thought that I well, it was more like I don't know. I feel like we both played a part. It felt like they would do things sneakily, like they would draw pictures of Jack a certain way to sort of hint that he was like Snake or something, you know, or Matt a certain way, or you know something like that, and then like they would you know associate these aesthetics and stuff. Just sort of, it felt like they were sort of trying to trigger in me that Matt and Jack, or mostly Jack and Mark, were like me because they had the same aesthetics and personality and stuff as me and whatever. And so that started to, in my mind, I would try to like not I would try to not read into it. I would try not to see these things that reminded me of myself and be like, okay, they're just, you know, because I don't want to come to that conclusion, and that's not the conclusion you would normally come to immediately with anybody, you know. I just didn't, you know, and it made me uncomfortable because I felt like I couldn't be myself. I don't know. I really don't. I don't know how to explain it. It felt like a lot of the time in my life, I don't feel like I get a say over what I'm like, and that's just been a huge problem in my life entirely. It, I feel like everybody else is writing the narrative for what I'm like, and I try to write my narrative and show what I think I'm like, and it doesn't seem like people. I mean, sometimes people will agree with me, but I don't know. So I don't know. I don't know. Where am I going with this? I so whenever people do these things where it feels like to me, even though that's probably not what they're doing, it feels like to me they're taking the aesthetic from me, like they're just slurping it off of my body and plopping it into the world, basically. Like that's what it feels like to me. You know, it feels like I'm being erased and then Jack's being written over in my place, basically. And I know that's unfair. And see, this is the thing. I think that a lot of our own mental illnesses and shit got in the way of a lot of our relationship. Like I think that this was my problem is that I felt this way. So like it's something I deal with sometimes, and I feel like I've been getting better at it, but it's still something that I kind of struggle with, where I just like I can't help but sometimes when I see other people express things that like I feel like I'm no longer like that, and that it's being taken away from me, and that someone else has like absorbed it, and I don't get a say in anything ever, and I don't matter basically. And I think it might have to do with like my childhood. Well, I mean, obviously with my sister, but like more so than I think it does. Like I think maybe like I don't know. Here, I need to analyze a bit. Let me think. Cause this is the thing with having this disorder is that it's hard for me to put. I just can't. I can't put my thoughts into words easily, and I don't know. I feel like I had like it's just a great point, and then it just whatever. Like mm, I'm going on to here. I want to hear what I'm saying. I want to know what I just said. No, let me. I just want to. Oh, I can't go back, can I? There's no going back now. I'll never know. Well, fuck. I don't know. Shit. Like, people doing things to me feeling like people are stealing my identity. Oh, with my sister and, okay, my family. So, like, I guess there were a lot of times in my childhood where, like, I didn't feel like people ever believed me. And I don't know. Those situations are just really stressful in general and frustrating. Whenever somebody just doesn't believe you when you're telling the truth, especially when you're a kid, like that's very frustrating. And I feel like that would happen a lot where like my sister would lie to my mom and then like change the truth or something, and then like I would just be sitting there crying like that's not true. That's not what happened. Stuff like that. It kind of feels, it's sort of like the same feeling in a way where like I say something and it doesn't feel like my words have as much weight as everyone else's words. I don't know. Childhood trauma has devolved into this, and it's something I'm trying to work on, and it's something that's really difficult to work on, and I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. It's really hard. My therapist tells me I just have to like keep telling myself things are different, but like it's just difficult because I don't know. Um, I don't know how to just believe myself, and I feel like that probably makes me look bad to some people. Me not knowing how to believe myself. I don't know. Some people would probably take that to mean that like I just don't. I don't know. I'm a bad person, and that's no. It's more like I just can't. I've been so like beaten out of listening to my own intuition and stuff in my own life that like I can't. It's hard for me to trust myself and believe myself even when I'm right about shit. Yeah. Basically, I don't know. I know this is so stupid just to do. I know this is so stupid to just make another video. I want to drop it entirely, but I do think that yeah, in the other video, I was kind of mean, cynical, and snarky, and that was kind of shitty, and I know it does not do great for the way I look online, and that's the most important thing. But, I was really emotional, and at least, you got to see the raw side of me. Whereas, I'm glad I don't just hide behind my computer and act like I don't have these emotions. Like, I don't know. I'm glad to have at least expressed the raw side of me, good and bad and ugly, you know? Um, but, yeah, so, they use my mom and shit, obviously. I mean, I don't want to really get into that right now. I want to talk more about, like, I guess stuff I read. Like, I don't know. Like, I'll admit I wasn't perfect. There were times where, but they weren't perfect either. They definitely guilt tripped me all the time too. Like, just reading in those messages, there was a time where I was pretty like defensive and just like cutthroat and just like, I don't know, accusatory, and it wasn't really great. But I don't remember. I don't remember. I didn't really look at the date because I'm dumb and don't think about that kind of stuff in the moment. But I feel like if this happened after they sexually assaulted me, then there's not really anything I could say. Like, I didn't trust you after that point. I was definitely very defensive after that point. I was definitely much shittier to them after that point because I didn't trust them. Subconsciously, my brain, what would happen is like I would more and more I just secluded myself away into my room, and I wanted to be away from them, and I would try to retreat from them. And I didn't know necessarily what was going on, but I just knew I needed to be away from them, and I didn't know how to explain to them that I needed to be away from them, but that I didn't hate them. But also I did kind of hate them, I guess, in a way, but like I just needed to be away from them, you know. And then I realized more and more the more I was away from them, like, just kind of how they did this shit to me, you know, and how they've been really shitty to me and stuff. I don't know. And so I would try to just be away from them. And where was I going with this? I hate. So, yeah, I more and more, like, my brain subconsciously told me that they, like, my brain was trying to keep me away from them, is what it felt like. Like, because my brain knew that they sexually assaulted me, but because I'm so used to just being around my sexual abusers and it just being a normal thing, even though I'm like entirely anxious and in fight or flight mode, um, so my brain would tell me to be away from them and avoid them and everything, and I tried to do that kind of stuff, and that's what would happen is I slowly just wanted to be more and more away from them until we basically broke up and everything. And I don't know. I don't know where I was going with this point. I'm so bad at being organized. I don't know. I'm trying. I'm trying. Yeah, I think I was mean to them at that point in time. And, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it did happen before that happened. But, like, there's no real excuse for that, Like, if I was really shitty and mean before they sexually assaulted me, then, that's lame. I don't know. I mean, but also, I don't want to make excuses for them at the same time because, like, who knows? Maybe they manipulated me the entire time also, and I was being mean because I was being reactive or something. I don't know. I feel like the situation is just too. It's too. It feels like. It feels like everyone wants everything to be black and white. They want it to be easy and clear to find a clear target. And I feel like I'm just like an easy target. Like, I identify with snakes. I look like a Disney villain. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I talk like this. I talk snarky and cynical. I don't know. I get really defensive sometimes, and I'm mentally ill, and I'm a guy, so I'm bad. It's basically the vibe I get for the most part from a lot of these people. Um, I say these people because it's not just my ex. It's like my ex and their followers. Like, their followers are hard in on it too, and it's weird. It's really weird. I don't know. I just think it's really weird to post a call out post of your ex. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just because, like, this entire time they had not dropped me, but they were still talking about me. But then, like, why did you wait until now to name drop me if all those people already knew who you were talking about? What's the point other than you wanting to get more attention? Like, I don't know. I've tried to think about it. Like, what's, because I do give the benefit of the doubt too much, probably, you know. But what else is the point other than getting attention? I don't know, dude. These people already hate me. I can only assume it's just been so much time that people have not paid attention to you that you just need to get more people on your side paying attention to you and making you feel like you're the victim. Because I don't think you feel like you're fully convinced that you're the victim. Because I think you recognize you had your own parts in these things, but you don't want to own up to it because you're so into this Tumblr echo chamber that, like, wraps you in and makes you think that, like, I don't know, you're always correct and everybody's abusive, and any inkling you have someone is abusive, you're correct about that, basically. You know, like, that's just the culture on Tumblr. I so glad I left Tumblr. Holy shit. Like, you people are fucking yeah. I can't even call you crazy because you'll cancel me for it. You people are off your rocks, dude. Off your fucking rocks. I don't know. It's a whole nother level on there. And it's funny because all of these people who are so, like, cancel happy, and when I talk about canceling, let me be clear, I'm talking about leftists canceling other leftists, not right-wingers. I don't like the right-winger version of canceling, okay? Like, you guys are so cancel happy over there, and it's funny because all of those people who are so cancel happy are, like, more likely to be very abusive. More like, because, you know, like, why do you need all these people to gang up with you against someone? And I'm talking about other leftists who are in your same class range and are just as marginalized as you, or worse, or maybe slightly less marginalized. Like, what is the point of gathering all these people against this, like, person who has very little political power? What are you doing? What are you accomplishing? What the fuck are you doing, dude? What does this do for anyone at all? It does nothing, but it gives you a power high. That's it. That's the only goal of the shit. And I know I don't look great to any of their followers. Their followers are always going to be, you know, suckling on their teeth, so there's nothing I can ever say that will show them that they're bad, because they're so convinced that they're good because they manipulated them too, and you know. So, you know, it's a fruitless effort, but at least I can have like a critical analysis of this situation at this point, and putting together everything I've learned over the years to concisely describe what they're like and everything I've experienced is great for me, because it's just very difficult for me to have done that in the beginning at all. Like, if you saw me on Tumblr, I doubt anybody saw me on Tumblr besides, like, one person. By the way, might I mention, I'm pretty sure they had someone spying on me for, like, 2 years after we broke up. Which is really fucking weird. No life, Andes. No fucking life at all, dude. None. But anyways, like, where was I going? I get so sidetracked. Like, I get so, like, emotionally powered about, like, one thing that, like, I forget about everything else I was talking about. It's, I don't think they give a fuck about their followers at all. I don't think so. I don't know. I think they just use them to make themselves look scarier and more intimidating to anybody who wants to challenge them. on anything. And this is so this shit is so stupid. We're not like warriors. We're not like you're not like Spartans or some shit. Like, we're not enemies at war in distant like countries. This is not what's going on. Like, why do you have this army of people who you've like conditioned to hate me? What is I don't have this shit. Like, I tell Lily, my best friend, everything, that goes on with us, but it's not like she's like dedicatedly backing me up, that she'll defend anything I say anywhere. I mean, she probably would defend anything if it really came to that, if like, but like, I don't think she's not out here obsessively trying to take me down and not sitting there in their little Discord group talking about me. Like, we're talking about you. We don't do that. We don't do that. And she also does call me out for my own shit, Like, I ask her seriously, do you think I'm being shitty in this situation? Like, I don't know. Like, I try to be as real as I can. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I'm being, like, made crazy because of this whole situation. Because I feel like all these people are deciding I'm bad, and I don't even really, like, they don't even know me. They don't even know anything about me besides what my ex has told them. And that's just really unfair to me, and there's nothing I can ever say, because anything I say, they've already told all these people that I'm just, like, incredibly emotionally abusive, so all of my words, anything I say at all, will be used against me. It's useless. I mean, I don't even care about their followers. I don't even care. Like, I don't want them to be manipulated by them, but I don't care about them. Like, like, I just, like, why can't you just sit down and fucking talk to me and be honest with me for fucking once? Why can't you just do this? What the fuck is your issue? Like, I hate this. We're not, we're not warriors fighting each other. This is not what's going on. We dated each other in the past. And you're bringing up all of our shit onto social media to all of these people who are on social media. And I can't help but feel it's because you want them to have a bad opinion of me and to spread that bad opinion to, I guess, intimidate me online and make me not want to be online and not have a presence online or something. But I'm not gonna succumb to this. I'm not gonna let you have this. You don't own the internet. You don't own, like, Tumblr. You don't own Creepypasta. You don't own these spaces. I don't care how fucking popular you are. I don't give a shit. Like, like, I have just as much as I have the same strong attachment you have to Creepypasta, to Marble Hornets, like, like, it was my childhood, dude. Like, I don't know, and I'm not gonna just be scared out of these spaces and just have these people who have this, like, really shitty opinion of me, who can only see things in black and white, who are perpetually on Tumblr, and shut-ins who do nothing for any cause at all, I'm not gonna let these fucking people bite me down and put me down and try to scare me, because what the fuck are you gonna do? Do you want to fight? Do you actually want to fight? Because you're just pussyfooting online, but you're not even gonna say anything. Like, if they have an issue, we can start up a sparring match, Well, we can start up a boxing match. We can have, like, I'll take all of them one by one if you want. Like, if this is if you want to fight, we can do it. But let's do it like a fucking man instead of, like, being a pussy and hiding behind a screen and shit, like, say something to my face. For once. Like, all of these criticisms that they have of me, they've never said to my face, ever. And I know they're just gonna say, well, I was just too scared to say it to your face. Well, okay, I'm scared to say a lot of shit to anybody's face, but I still do it. Because they need to know. Because no one's calling them out. Like you, bitch. I have to make this shit because no one's you've gone way too unchecked talking about me, shit-talking me, on your Tumblr and Twitter and shit for so long. The one time you finally name drop me, you fuck yeah, you bet your fucking ass I'm gonna finally clap back with all the bullshit you did to me. Like, what do you mean? Fuck you. What is wrong with you? Why do you need this drama? Why do you need it to survive, huh? What are you even telling people that I did? Because if it's anything aside from me misreading signals, I just kind of feel like it's bullshit. I don't remember me doing anything to you. I can't remember me. I don't believe I have it in me to hurt somebody in that way. It like rape somebody or sexually assault somebody. I don't have it in me. The only way that could ever happen is that if I misread signs like that. I don't. I'm too cautious. And again, anything I say, it doesn't matter. No one's gonna listen to me. Like they've already decided I'm evil. Whatever, you know. But I know myself. So I'm just gonna tell you how it is from my perspective, because this is how I know things. This is how I know myself. And even if the whole world wants to gaslight me out of this, I know what happened. I know. We know. They know. I think they know what happened, and I think that's why they're scrambling to find anything they can to put against me, because they realize they did do something fucked up. And instead of just owning it and just getting it over with, you know, because they realize then they're going to be canceled by everybody online, like I was, and then everybody's going to realize they're not as pure as they painted they were contrasted to me, you know, and it'll be this whole thing where then people will drop them, and because those people are moral purists who need to be perfectly morally pure in like a diamond shape, you know, like they just need to be perfectly shaped in every way, and everybody has to have the perfect morals and know everything about every non-binary experience out there, or you're just a fascist, you know, like that's what would happen, is that they would get dropped too, you know. So they don't want to experience that. They saw what happened to me. They saw me fall from grace, basically, and they know that that's what would happen to them if they get caught for doing shit, you know. Also, I just want to say, because I didn't show it last time, but this is funny to me. This is really funny to me. And I'm not gonna let this slide, because I just need it. I just need it to be out there. I need it to be out there. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, that's right. Soak it up. Soak it up, Matt. Soak it up. Yeah, that's right. You said it 6 times. Like 6 times. Long as time ago, probably in 2012. I don't know. I'm assuming. But probably. So, not 2012. Probably before 2012. Sometime before 2012. You know, like, okay, you're so innocent. Anyway, I don't know. That's just me being petty. I'll be honest. um, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I gotta joke about this shit because it's way too serious for me sometimes, and I've already done my crying about it, and I don't like feeling like I'm being gaslit about. I don't. My defense is that, you know, if I play it cool and I just try to like act cool and everything like that, then I don't have to, you know, feel the intense emotions of, you know, how they hurt me, you know, and get really emotional and mad again and shout like I did in the other stream. So I just try to joke instead, and you know, it's been my coping mechanism ever since we broke up. I've just been trying to joke and meme the whole time, because I don't know how to hold myself together, because everything I learned before I met them just went out the wind for some reason. Like all of my coping mechanisms, I don't know. It just all I don't know. I just forgot all of my coping mechanisms. I don't know. Um, this shit is so stupid. It's just so stupid. I just feel like even if like we couldn't resolve things necessarily and become like friends, I just feel like all of this would have been handled better if you just fucking actually messaged me for once. But they're so caught up like pretending to be like terrified of me that they're never gonna do that. You know, because I'm so big and masculine and threatening and everything. Even though I don't know where you live, so I don't know Like, if you thought I was gonna come physically hurt you, like, I don't know. I don't know where you live, so I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know. Scary mask boy, you know. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't. Like, I mean, I do, but sometimes I do want to hurt them sometimes, you know, because, bitch, you think you can get away with this shit. You think you can just do whatever you want to people. Fuck you. But, I don't know where they live, so even if I wanted to. But it's like, even then, like, even if I saw them back in my hometown, you know, and they were just walking around casually, like, I wouldn't even say anything to them. I would just look at them so disappointed, probably, and just walk away. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't want anything to do with you either. I don't like you either. I don't know. But I just sort of feel like this would have been handled better if, I don't know, you just said something. If you just said something to me, like, anything. I just feel like they're very cryptic with me a lot whenever we did message each other 2 years ago, you know. They were always cryptic with me, and they didn't really fully tell me their feelings about things. And you know, I don't know. I don't know what they're saying. I don't know what they're saying about me. I just refuse to look at that post. I looked at the first sentence and the last sentence, and it was because I wanted to share my side, so I reblogged my video on their posts. Yep, fuck you. Fuck you. You don't just get to say whatever about me and me not come back, okay? So that's it. But I didn't see the meat of it. I don't know what else they said about me. I refuse to, because I just feel like it's going to be very gaslighty. You know, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. You know, I'm going to take a hit of this weed real quick. I just think in so many ways we are both to blame in this situation. Like, in so many ways, you know, like, we really just wanted to believe that we were meant for each other, I think. And that just led us to become super delusional. And I think in a lot of ways, uh, I don't know, like, I don't know if you can really call it manipulation, because I think we were both just really paranoid. Like, we both excluded both of our friends, both of our families, you know? Like, I thought everybody was part of a cult. They thought everybody in their life was part of a cult. We were so convinced that, like, we had this upbringing where we were, like, part of a cult, and, you know, all of our characters were, like, alters and shit, and I don't know. I There's not much I can say when that's just the truth. Like, that's just how it is. Like, that's how it was. Like, that's just how it was. I can't defend myself enough. I can't say that that wasn't my intention enough. I can't say that I wasn't trying to manipulate them. These were just my fears enough. Like, that's just how it was. We always did that shit. There would be so many times when they would message me while they were at work, and they were like, I've come up with this another theory about, like, one of my OCs or something, and how this OC came to be, and everything. And I would do the same thing about my OCs, because I thought I was programmed to be some of my feminine OCs, because I don't know. I literally think it's just because I'm dysphoric and other people treat me like shit because of my body and everything, and they treat me like a woman because of my body, and that's really it, and I don't get a say in anything, even though I sound entirely different, right? You know? And I'm a very hairy individual, you know? I don't know. I just feel like there's more levels to the situation personally, and I guess that makes me manipulative, but whatever. I don't care at this point. Like, these people, I used to care so much more. Like, I used to care so much more. I used to be way more, like I felt like I was, like, this, like, a medieval, like, fool or something, or like they were like them and all their followers were like um throwing fruit at me, and I was the shameful fool who did like the horrible things, and I had one of those like, like wooden head hand things on me or whatever, and I don't know, like I was just trying to figure out like what I did wrong all the time. I don't know. Where was I going with that? I'm so dumb. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. What the fuck? Thought happens, and then the thought just is like, bye. Bye. Oh my god. Uh, I mean, that's what it felt like with their followers and everything, at least. Oh yeah, I used to be way more obsessed about it. Yeah, I used to be way more, invested in like figuring out why I'm so bad and everything with them and all their followers. But then I realized like these are just like nobodies on Tumblr. Like nobody cares. Nobody cares about you and my relationship as much as you and I do. No one cares this much. Besides people looking for drama and just trying to find, like, their enemy and just trying to find someone to attack. Like, that's it. Like, no one actually cares about the situation. Because why else are you posting it online everywhere? You want random people to come up to you and tell you that they care? Is that the goal? Because that just feels so meaningless, because they don't even know anything about you or your situation. Like it just seems weird. It just seems really weird. Like I've tried it before myself. Like I was on Tumblr for a while, pretty anonymously, I think, and I would post about them. I would never name drop them, obviously, and it didn't seem like anybody knew who I was. It seemed like I was just in my own world on Tumblr, in my own diary. But people would follow me and like share their sympathy with me and everything. But it just felt uncomfortable to me because I felt like, well, it felt like I was manipulating them because they're only getting my perspective of things. So it's just there's no way you can. I just feel like there's no reason to post online all of this stuff unless they were in the situation. Like it'd be one thing if you went up to Nell and you were talking to Nell about it, because Nell actually knows me and Nell actually. But like with these people online, what's the point other than trying to knock me down a peg on Tumblr? What's the point? Are you trying to warn them of a predator, a potential predator? Why am I a predator exactly? What did I do? Did I You know what? Why don't we find out? Because maybe if I read it on stream, I'll feel a lot better about everything. Coerced you into sex. What? When? Literally when? I don't care. I was trying to get away from you! Whatever. No. I did that like twice. No. No one is calling me out. Okay. Okay, sure. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm still, yeah. Okay, whatever. So, this isn't true, I've already addressed this. Like, I just changed my name because I want to. That's really it. Like, I just change. I get uncomfortable with my name, and I'm like, this isn't the vibe I want. I want a new name. That's it. There's no one calling me out for anything. Like, the N-word thing, like, that's not... That happened once, and the first time it happened, it was my other ex, who we both decided was shitty, and we together wrote a call-out post for, and he was white, and he called me out, so I didn't take it seriously, and that was back in, like, 2011, right? And then, or 2013, 2011? I think it was 2013, actually. That was in 2013, so I didn't take it seriously, and that was bad. That was bad. My reaction was bad. I recognized that there could have been a black person who saw me say the N-word and felt uncomfortable and didn't feel like they could speak up or say anything, but the fact that it was coming from a white person at the time I did not take it seriously. Sorry, I don't know. But also, the second time it happened, I've already explained my feelings on that. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, I wasn't as emotional about it as you think I am. You said it too. Whatever. Wait, I wanna say, it's not gonna let me. I don't know, like, what this is. I guess because I like Vosh or something, which is funny, if they think Vosh is a fascist. It's, like, that's just funny to me, I don't know. You're just an idiot. I don't know. Um, sure, you can say this if you want. Who is calling me? No one is calling me out! I'm not getting these massive posts of people calling me out. This isn't a thing that's happening. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not. I'm mostly active on Twitter. Like, I'm only ever on, like, come on, like, I'm on Twitter, bitch. I'm over here, bitch. Like, this is where I do my shit, bitch. I'm on Twitter. Yeah. So, I don't know, dude. No. You're doing that to me. You do that to everyone all the time. This is hugely projection. This is hugely projection, dude. I don't know. You're not a target. I never see you as a target. I don't understand. You don't talk to me. You don't talk to me. How am I supposed to have any kind of conversation with you? You know, like, you think I see you as a target because you just think that I'm this evil, aggressive monster who just wants to beat everybody up. Like, that's how you see me. And so you think that I see you as this target, but it's more like I still have sympathy for you. You just sexually assaulted me, so it's kind of hard for me to extend that sympathy for you. It's difficult for me to get there at all, you know? And this is just really funny to me because you're white as hell and you said the N-word. So shut the fuck up. You know, I coerced you into sex. I don't know. That's stupid. I never did that in my life. I don't. That's not even what I was expecting them to call me out for. Like, I thought that, you know, there may have been a time where I misread signals and that's what they were calling me out for. I think I remember that happening, where I sucked on their tit, and they didn't like when I sucked on their tits at all, you know? But, I mean, just the sheer fact that they never even wanted me to, like, do anything with them, for the most part, was the fact that I didn't do anything with them. And I don't know what you're talking... Like, I wanted to have sex, and I was always okay if you didn't want to have sex. So, I can't help but feel like this is just you trying to make a false allegation, dude. Like, that's really it. I don't know. And I don't really get a say because I'm a guy and you're non-binary and you're not on testosterone, so you don't experience, you know, whatever. So you don't, you know, you don't have people making false shit about you sometimes. And that is a thing that happens, though Tumblr doth protest. Yeah. I don't know. Just suck my dick, dude. I don't know what to tell you. You're just like a piece of shit, and you don't want to be honest with me. So you gotta come online and you gotta do your shit all over Tumblr. You can't just say it to me. You can't for some reason, and I don't know. I guess you have decided with your little friend group that I'm a crypto fascist, eco fascist, or whatever. God damn. Like, okay, so you're still kind of delusional, I guess? Like, I don't know. I hate. It doesn't do me good to say that, does it? It doesn't do me good to say that they're delusional, right? Doesn't it? But that's the only thing I can conclude at this point. Like, I don't know. I'm sorry that the MK Ultra shit fucked you up this much, but it clearly fucked you up this much, and I wish you could do something. I don't know. Apparently you think that I think that you're like the ultimate villain in my life, which you're not, because you're not even in my life, first of all. But also, like, I don't care about you. Like, I don't know. I don't care about you this much. Like, you're just gross rapist Perry. Like, that's it. Like, that's all you are to me. You're just this gross little fucking, like, Weasley rat type fuck. Like, I don't know what to tell you, dude. Um, have fun with that shit. I don't know. Like, I don't need to see you as Zero. Like, it's fine. I've already decided Zero is essentially a metaphor for, like, billionaires and capitalists. Like, that's it, really. I don't, like, I don't know. But, Tumblr, so everybody's, a fashion. Let me guess, because I am a vegan and maybe I reblog somebody because I don't check every single person's Tumblr out to see if they're a fascist. Then I'm an eco-fascist now, I guess, somehow? I don't know. It's really funny, though. It's really funny. They want to posture. They want to posture so badly, dude. They want to posture so badly. I don't know, dude. What do I say? What do I say at this point? Like, you're just wrong? You're never gonna man up to it? You're never gonna say anything to my face? You think I coerced you into sex? Which is really funny to me. I don't know what to tell you. Like, you were the... Oh, I coerced you to do anal with me all the time, apparently. I... I what, like, perform anal on me. Like, I barely did anything to you, dude. Like, you barely ever let me topped, okay? Like, that was my experience. I don't know. I don't know where this whole... I think you know what? I just think you don't like the fact that I really appreciated you having boobs. Like, that's really it. Like, I think you didn't appreciate the fact that I really liked that you have boobs and that I saw you a certain way, and now you've decided that you want to change the narrative and make it sound like I coerced you into or you just think I coerced you into something because you really didn't like that. And I'll admit, I probably did make you feel dysphoric in that regard, and that was pretty shitty, but, like, I didn't coerce you into anything? I don't know. There's nothing I can say, because I'm sure right now you're in your own little echo chamber where everybody validates you, and, like, you're just so sure about this, the same thing. You did the same thing with me. It's just I've been through it. I know what you're like. You shit talk one person and then you move on to the next one once they decide they're done with you. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. Now let's go. Let's keep going. Yeah, they use my mom. My mom definitely says that they never paid for their side of the rent ever. Yeah, I read something where they literally said, don't think that me wanting to be feminine is, or me wanting to be like MJ is, like, your fault or anything like that. And I was like, oh, okay, I don't know. so this is what I was thinking, is that, maybe because, like, I was having issues with the whole aesthetic things with Jack, that they felt like pushed out of becoming like their like Jack or something because of that, and then they felt like they had to be MJ. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to. I don't know. I'm trying to think of this, and yeah. And then after a while, like, they stopped wanting to be, because they would flip flop between identities all the time. Like, they would be anything all the time, And so after they eventually became Matt, and then I would imprint Teo onto them, Um, yeah, I definitely bent MJ's gender a lot to become more non-binary. Um, yeah, like, yeah, I don't know why they think I'm force femming them, but then they also, yeah, I think they imprint their father on me. Yeah, yep, yep, yep. Um, yeah, we did that. We definitely did that. And like we kept trying to, I feel like maybe I was specifically trying to find reasons why Frankie was bad, but I also, they were very complicit in it. Like, I don't know. I feel like we were both very, like, trying to find reasons why Frankie was the reason that their character Spencer was bad and toxic. Like, we were trying to blame Frankie even though Spencer was the rapist character. I don't know. Um, yeah. 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 Yeah, there's like this whole thing where they're just like being really nasty about Frankie in their messages, and they're saying stuff like, "Oh, um, I don't know, like she's just trying to talk, like, I don't know, just being really nasty about them and everything." And it's like I'm not even like saying anything like, "Oh yeah, if you should," I mean, if she sounds like she's shitty or something like that. Like, that's really it. That's my input. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I was biased in Matt's favor, so I was always kind of demonizing Frankie a lot of the time. I always thought that Frankie was bad because, I don't know, Matt told me that they were. It seemed very blurry, the whole rapist thing at first. It sounded like Frankie was raping them too. I don't know if that's still true or not. I don't know, but they were just like raping each other, I think, or something. I don't know. But I ended up blaming them more, or blaming Frankie more rather than blaming them for anything, even though they were still complicit in this. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. Change and become something else, and while it didn't exactly remind me of me, it was still very similar. I guess I didn't expect them to change their personality so much along with their wardrobe. I don't want to date someone who's too similar to me in aesthetics, attitude, and expression. Not that they were bad, it just didn't want to date them. I wanted to be friends with them instead. I've already talked about that earlier. Just wanted to be friends with them. You know? Um, yeah, that's me talking about that conversation. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Like, that's it. Like, I don't know, dude. I kind of just feel like you need something to feel like you're a victim in this situation. Like, you're so used to people like giving you sympathy for like the whole snuff bomb situation, that since that's kind of stopped, you need to make yourself seem like a victim again, and instead of acknowledging any of the nuances in this situation or how we're both complicit in many things in this situation, I feel like you would just rather demonize me instead. um, yeah, I don't know. You apparently think I'm trying to villainize you, but I've made it clear many times that I cared about you, and I try I even try to give you the benefit of the doubt now, even after what you did to me. So I don't know, dude. What? What? What do you want? Are you winning? Are you winning the social media game? Did you win? You said the N-word too. You looked pretty crypto-fascist and everything you did too in your past. I don't know. I could do the same shit. I could pull the same bullshit out of my ass. Right? The same shit about you. You coerced me into sex because you wanted to dom all the time. And, you know, I always wondered why you never, you know, you know, you said the N-word all the time too, and no one ever called them out for it. You know, they also did a bunch of other problematic things in their past, like, I don't know, were a rapist. I don't know. You wrote a lot of gross stuff in your shit. Like, I don't know. Like, I understand how, like, in your childhood you can have, like, a misconception where you think rape and sex is the same thing. But I've never personally drawn myself as a rapist or ever roleplayed as a rapist. That's never been something I've ever done or been drawn to do. I've only ever, like, drawn myself as, like, a victim of rape whenever I, like, knew about that stuff, you know? Like, that was, like, a thing. And there's this whole comic about Vegeta and everything. I don't know. It's my whole past. It's great. Yeah, I don't know. I've never made myself into a rapist or played as a rapist or anything like that, so I can't sympathize with that. I don't know why, I don't know how you got to that point. I don't know why you think that's normal. You know, it's just fucked up. I don't know. Like, I don't know, dude. Am I still victimizing myself eternally? And are you not? You know? Like... Now we have to do this bullshit where we're fighting online, and we're gonna have different people coming to us asking us questions and shit. And that's just gonna be this thing. We're gonna have this arc. Or no one's gonna give as much of a fuck as you think they do. And yeah. Like, I don't know. What is being gained? What did you win? You think what? Is it just because I'm so easily labeled as a player that you're able to get away with calling me someone who coerces you into sex? I don't know, because, like, I definitely do portray myself as a player in my comics. Like, Snake is definitely a player in my comics and is definitely very... I don't know, selfish, but, like, that's a thing that he changes in the comic, you know? But, like, whatever, like, I don't know, like, do you imprint, like, the shitty, toxic masculine version of Snake, who is the beginning version in my comic, who changes later on, onto me, and convince everybody that I'm, like, somebody who just coerces people into sex? I don't know, like, when did this happen? When did this happen? I don't know. There's no point in arguing this. There's no point in arguing this, because they've probably already decided that any time I've ever initiated anything sexual with them, I've been coercing them. Like, I don't know. If you felt uncomfortable, you should have said something. I don't know. Like, this is still part of being complicit. Like, if you don't say something... there's kind of an issue there. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna, like, act like... I don't know. Because, like, I don't do anything with people who aren't interested. That's not something I do. I don't know how to explain this otherwise. I just know that I don't sound believable because I'm a guy now. And it's really easy to slam me because I'm a guy now. Because I'm transmasc. But if I was, like, I don't know, non-binary or a cis girl, everybody would be on my side. And I fucking hate it, and I fucking hate Tumblr for this reason, and this is why I left Tumblr. Because all they care about is non-binary people and feminine people, and I'm like, suck my dick, I matter too. I'm sorry, but masculinity is not inherently toxic. Suck a cock. do that for a living instead of coming on Tumblr and bitching. I don't know what to tell you. God, dude, God. I just want to be left alone. I just want to be left alone. You know. But they can't let anything slide. They can't. They just need to have this control. They just need to know that I'm suffering because of them, even though, like, just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. I don't know what to tell you. I don't want anything to do with you. I've never wanted anything to do with you for a while. Ever since, like, 2017. I was trying to break up with you so many times. And you would just, like, guilt trip me and just, like, I don't know, have this emotional switch where it was, like, Armageddon, like, the worst thing in the world, and I don't know how am I supposed to not be guilt tripped by that? How am I supposed to not be like, oh, well, I'm sorry, like, I guess I should stay with you, because, I feel bad now. Like, I don't know. I don't know, dude. I wish you would just fucking talk to me about it. If you want, we can have the whole world watch us talk, so you can be completely sure that I'm not manipulating you, but I definitely would prefer to have an unbiased audience rather than your followers. Okay? That's why I wanted to go to therapy with you in the first place, but you tossed that out of the window. So, I don't know. Now we're doing online internet wars where we're against each other on the internet, and it's all very performative, and it's really fun, and I have to share all of my trauma and dig back into my trauma just to defend myself, because you can't ever look at the nuances or see, like, it's just, you could have just, like, kept it, realized that you were being shitty, and then, like, not have said anything further on the subject. But no, you have to paint yourself as the victim. You have to paint yourself as the one who's innocent in this situation. You can't ever just, like, so I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I hope you change. I hope you learn how to leave me the fuck alone, or at least learn what you did wrong and figure out how to apologize for it. I hope you get out of Tumblr and the echo chamber that it provides. I don't know. I hope you stop sending people to spy on me for years, because that was really fucking weird. Why did you have, username Little Demon Lorne follow me for years? What was up with that? I confronted them before, because I had a feeling that they were one of your followers that was still following me after, like, we broke up, but, like, I didn't know for sure, so I remember messaging them once and being like, hey, do you know who my ex is? And they were like, no, I would never, I hope I would never be friends with someone like that. And then later on, they, reblogged something of yours, or they tagged me in something, but then untagged me, and then tagged you in it. And then I was like, you are following this person. You do know who this person is. I don't want any contact with you. And they blocked me. How am I supposed to interpret that other than, like, you had someone following me and lying to me, pretending to be my friend, specifically that they only ever liked my posts about my ex, too? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you fucking doing? What is this? What is this? What is this? Can you just leave me the fuck alone? Can you and your little friend cult leave me the fuck alone? I don't know, dude. I don't know what to tell you. I guess you've really convinced them. I mean, you've had all this time. You've had 2 years in your little Discord chat to go ahead and convince them that I apparently coerced you into sex somehow. I'm still waiting to figure out how that happened. You never brought you never brought that up to me ever while we were dating, or even after we were dating when we were still talking. Anytime, you've never brought that up. The only thing you've ever said is that I showed some of my texts to my friends and they decided you were manipulative, which isn't good enough for me. I'm so sorry. I don't trust your friends. I don't know your friends. You're biased with your friends, and your friends aren't psychologists. So, suck a cock. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Like, what do you want from me? Just stop acting like you're innocent. Just stop. Just stop. None of your friends are innocent. You and your friends, you all just enable each other all the time. Like, Nell was creepy to me because of Nell's weird childhood, you know? I forgot to add that detail in the last video because I'm put off by Nell because Nell has a very fucked up childhood, you know? But like you're just complicit with these people. You always go back to them. Even when you decide that they're like the worst people in the world, you always go back to them. All the time. And I don't know what to tell you about that. I don't know what to tell you about that. Like, I don't care. Like, I guess rape your friends or something. Do that. Whatever. Have your little rape ring. Whatever. Fucking freaks. I don't know. You guys are fucking weird. You and your weird dating all your friends shit, you know? Like, I don't know. That's fucking weird. I don't know. I hate those posts whenever I see somebody who's like, oh, like, all of my friends are so hot, you know? Like, that shit is so weird. What do you... Stop. That's creepy. Stop. Weird. So fucking weird. I don't know. I don't know, dude. I guess you've been so sunk into Tumblr that you've decided that, you know, me having any type of contrary opinion to yours, which is probably, like, I don't know, that I don't think canceling is real, or that I think canceling is real and you don't, that's probably our biggest, like, probably right now our biggest, like, thing where we disagree on, and then you've decided I'm probably a fascist for that reason. Or I'm an eco-fascist because I reblogged vegan stuff, which you're probably working off of the vegan stuff I used to reblog, which I'll admit, I don't know if it was necessarily eco-fascist, but it was definitely poorly educated, as now I'm more, like, understanding of, like, systems and stuff, and how no ethical consumption under capitalism and all that shit, you know? Like, I don't know, dude. I don't know, but I guess people can't change also. You know, people can't change, people can't grow, all of that stuff. It's really fun. You know, you're gonna act like I'm the one saying that you're bad and villainizing you and saying that you can't change, but then also you're gonna treat me like I can't change. So I don't know, dude. Like, it doesn't seem like you've changed much from how I knew you back then. Like, you're still the same. Like, you just need to make people feel like shit if they don't have the perfect morals. You know, like, you're not interested in, like, uniting the left. You're not interested in coalition building. You don't care about that shit. You know, yeah, I get it, okay? You're not doing anything politically for anyone. I get it, okay? You're just sitting on your ass on Tumblr, reblogging posts. Okay, I get it. It's really fun, okay? Like, I don't know what you want me to say. Like, you're not... I know you're not doing anything politically, because you did nothing politically before when we were together, so I don't know. Not that I'm necessarily better, but I'm definitely trying to do more things. At least, well, I don't know. Maybe you are trying. I don't know, because I don't keep up with your life like you fucking think I do. I don't care. Like, yes, I messaged you twice on Tumblr. I sent you 2 angry asks, and the first one was like, the first one, which they gave a snarky reply to, and it was, what did I say, like, I don't know, something like, at least I don't sexually assault people, and then they say something like, oh, well, at least I, like, at least I'm not, like, a philosophical or something, like, I don't know, like, philosophy bad, question mark, like, what does that mean? But first of all, that's like a weird fucking response, like I calling you out for sexual assault, like, I'm being serious calling you out for this, and then you're gonna have this weird disaffected meme response instead, like, okay, what's up with that, dude? I don't know. Like that's it. Like, I don't scroll through their blog. I don't like seeing their art. It triggers the fuck out of me. copy so much of my like style and ideas, and I hate it. I hate seeing their art. I hate it. I hate it. I don't look at their art. I don't look at their posts. I don't even look at any. First of all, I don't look at anything on their Tumblr because I know that they're definitely going off way more on their Tumblr than they are on their Twitter. So the only thing I've ever seen is whatever is on Twitter, and then I've sent some asks on Tumblr. Like, that's it. Like, I don't know. I don't look at your heart. I don't look at your Tumblr. I don't scroll through your Twitter either. I just looked up those keywords, my ex, you know, like, I know you're shit-talking me, so I want to know what you're saying. And I also know that you think you're an eternal victim, so I'm going to try to get you to realize that you're not, and tell you that you actually sexually assaulted somebody, and that you actually have fucked up versions of boundaries, and that you and your friend raped each other and had taught each other to have such fucked up sexual boundaries with each other. And it was really easy for Frankie to get to that point because Frankie has her own history of sexual shit, you know? So, I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I question you, dude. Sometimes I question you. I mean, like, I am questioning you. Like, who are you? What is this secret you're hiding? Like, are you manipulating Frankie, too? Like, are you manipulating her to, like, be okay with rape? Like, I don't know. Like, at this point, I don't know. Because you've lied to me so much, anything's in the fucking air. Who fucking knows at this point? Jeez, like, I don't know, dude. Just be fucking honest. Just stop pretending to be this innocent person you're not. You're not this innocent person. You're just not. You're not. And I won't sit here and let you act like you're this sweet, ooh-woo, innocent person who never does anything wrong. No, you grabbed me. You asserted your power over me. You thought that it was okay to do that. You thought you could get away with it. You thought it was just, I don't know. Maybe you thought it was cute and quirky. I don't know. I don't know what you thought. I have no idea what goes through. I've tried to figure it out. My therapist just says, oh, well, you can't understand it because you don't think that way. Because you're not like them. And I'm like, okay, well, that's really nice, but, like, make it make sense. Why? Why would you do that? Why? I can only conclude it's a power thing. I don't know. I keep coming back to this, but, like, this is what I always come back to. Because aside from everything else, even when I do analyze my behavior and recognize where I'm shitty, this still happened. You still did this to me. So it kind of makes me feel a little bit shaky about fully accusing myself sometimes, because I'm like, well, are they manipulating me too? They still did this. How do I know that they weren't just, like, manipulating me? How do I know that you weren't coercing me and grooming me into a state where I was just, like, okay with you doing whatever to me, right? Like, you're gonna convince... It goes both way, bitch. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not a cis man. It's not, you know, I've been through this shit too. You know what? It would have been very easy for you to look at me and see me as a girl. It would have been very easy for you to do that too. You know, like, we're both marginalized in the same way. I don't know what to tell you. I would argue, honestly, that I get it worse just because my own community hates me. Because, for some reason, everybody in the LGBT community just hates trans men. For whatever reason. You know? So... God. I hate you so much, dude. You don't deserve shit. You don't even deserve anything. Like, I don't know. I wish I could have... You know, oh god, this gives me so much satisfaction. Maybe I shouldn't even say it, but... Oh god, like, I'm so glad I did that. I'm so glad it's just gone. It's just gone. I'm so glad. I don't know. That was the only thing. That was the one win I got out of all of it, is I got to do that. It was really fun. It's gone. Bye, bitch. I don't know. Like, I'm so cynical at this point. You know, I can only joke at this point. Like, at first I was just, like, so into shaming myself and punishing myself over this, you know? You know, and now it's at this point where it's just like I can see all the bullshit before me. And even though I do second guess myself and question myself, wait, did this happen? I always come back to the same conclusion. I'm just sitting here so dumbfounded. Like, how have you not realized that you are complicit in this too? I'm doing all of this work, realizing my own actions, owning my own actions, and you're not doing shit as far as I'm aware. You're not doing anything. You're not analyzing any of your behavior. You don't want to go there because you're too comfortable having all these people validate you, make you feel so good right now that even daring to step into that territory, it would just destroy your self-perception and it would make you suicidal, and then you wouldn't even go back, and you would just go back to feeling good with your friends, making you feel better because they don't even know about your past. They don't even know these things. Like, I lived with you. This is different. These people online, they haven't lived with you. They don't know what you're like. They haven't read your notebooks. They haven't gone to the grocery store with you. They, you know, we didn't mooch off of my mom together. You know? Like, they don't know you. They don't know you. They don't know you like I do. I know you. I know what you're fucking like, you fucking weirdo, you fucking freak. You fucking weaselly little shit. God, like, just, how do you, like, stand to be this way? How do you never, like, own up to your shit? How do you never, like, acknowledge yourself in the shitty way you've been and try to be better at all? How are you constantly like this? Why do you stay in perpetual victimhood? And, yeah, I get it. My words don't mean anything, because I'm the abuser, so... Ooga booga, bitch. I may be, like, very expressive. Very loud. And I might get aggressive with people that I don't like. You know? But that doesn't make someone an abuser, dude. I'm very sorry to be the one to break it to you. That's not... That does not an abuser make. Like I've said before, I think me expressing my emotions as loudly as I do, expressing everything as loudly as I do, is a lot more healthier than you holding it in and waiting until now to say something just to, like, get back at me. Like, that's it. Like, that's it. You want to have power. Like, that's it. You just want to have power. I just, you know, I hope someday you do get to a point where you're able to listen to this and, like, not take it in so much as, like, you're terrible and you deserve to die and kill yourself or something. Like, I don't want you to interpret it that way. I just want you to take it at face value as me being as brutally fucking honest as I can about how I feel about you, and it, like, recognize your own behavior and find a way to fix yourself, because I don't see you as an entirely irredeemable person. I know I said a lot of things in the other video. Very emotional, okay? Because, you know, I thought you were never actually... Well, I knew you were going to call me out eventually, but I didn't know what it was going to be about. I didn't know that you were going to say that I coerced you into sex. Yeah, whatever. You know, like... I don't know. I just want you to listen to this for once and just, like, look at yourself. Look at yourself. The way you act. Look at yourself. Look at your persona. Look at the way you act. You act like you're, I don't know, the shit. Like, the shit. Like, you're better than everybody. Like, even your own followers. Like, you act like you're just better than everybody. I don't know. I don't know, dude. I just want you to change. I just want you to change. I want you to get better. I don't want you to harbor all of this hate in your heart that makes you hurt people in these shitty ways. Okay? Like, I don't know. I don't know, dude. I don't know. And I I don't want to be part of your life. Don't. I mean, you can apologize to me if you want to, but like, I don't expect anything out of me. I can't conceive myself ever wanting anything to do with you. Um, just thinking about being around you makes me incredibly uncomfortable. But yeah, you know. I was really emotional in that other video, and I shouldn't have said some things in it. You know, some of it was just me being really petty and shitty. You know, but I mean, most of it's true though. I mean, all of it's true. But like, you know, I don't really remember the throwing things. Like, I don't know. I like, like. So, the reason I'm so like apprehensive about saying yes or no that this happened is because I feel like I have a lot of false memories in this situation. You know, like I don't know. It's all kind of a blur to me. It's all, you know. So I don't know if that did or did not happen. But I think if it did happen, then I imagine the thing, like I think I know what it could have been that I threw at them. You know. I still am pretty sure this happened. Yeah. I like I think I threw like this. I had like this little toy, this little tiny like 2 inch uh Care Bear toy, and I think I threw that at them once. But this, almost positive, happened after they sexually assaulted me, and I don't know, like I don't get violent with anyone else. I've never gotten violent with anybody. Like I don't know. I've never. It doesn't cross my mind. I don't get violent with people unless they've hurt me. Like that's it. Because I would have never. The perception I had of them before was that they were just this peaceful, frail lily of the valley, basically, type shit. I know that sounds so cringy. I don't know, just this frail, weak person with, you know, thin skin and I don't know, shit like that. But then, like, I don't know, they just, after that, I couldn't see them any other way. I couldn't see them as anything other than their rapist character Perry. Like, that's it. And so, I feel like I was fighting with that a lot, because in my mind I was trying to still see them this way, this flowery, ethereal way that I did, but then this would keep intruding my thoughts, this other side, and so I do think it is potentially possible that I did throw something at them, you know? But I can't imagine I would have done it any time before. Because I'm just not like that. I don't know. I'm not a bully. I'm not a bully like you, dude. I don't have that instinct. I don't have it. I don't. You know, like, I just want to know why you did it, dude. Like, it seemed like things were going so well. Like, you seemed like you were everything for me. But then, all of a sudden, you just do this. And then I have to put in the extra work of just changing my opinion of you and staying away from you and avoiding you as much as I can. And, you know, maybe I could have tried to communicate more that this happened. Maybe I could have done better to say that I thought this happened, but I also felt like after I asked you that one time and you said you didn't remember, that it would have been useless to even bring it up again. And I mean, if I did hurt you, you know, like if I did do coerce you, I don't feel like I did that. I don't agree with you. I don't know. I don't. I feel like everything was extremely consensual. All I ever want is consensual sex. I'm always mindful of that shit because of my past. You know, like, I can't. I just, it's not true. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, but if you do feel that way, I understand. Like, I understand that you feel that way. I understand that you feel like I did do that. And that feeling is really shitty. And feeling like you've been coerced into sex is really shitty. And I don't know. I don't. I don't believe that I've done that to you. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't agree with you there. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say. Like, cause that's not even what I was expecting you to say. Like, I thought you were gonna say that you thought, like, me misreading signals was me, like, being forceful with you or something. But I believe we were like cuddling or something, and you were topless, and I guess I thought that the vibe was gonna progress somewhere, and I wanted to suck on your tit. Like, I don't know, like that's what I thought you were accusing me of. I thought you were getting mad at me about that. I didn't know that you thought I coerced you into sex, which is just like, to me, it's just like ridiculous that you would even like, I don't know, but I mean. I don't get a say in anything because I'm a guy now, so, you know, my story doesn't hold as well because of the guy now. Yeah, so that's really fun. And you know what? I feel like that's, you know, that there's a conversation to be had in there about how that's kind of transphobic, you know, I would say. But we're not having this conversation this time. So, you know, I don't know. I like, I let them love parts of me that, like, I have never shown anybody before, you know? I showed them parts of myself that, like, I have never shown anyone. And then, yeah, that's what makes all of this so much more anxiety inducing, because I feel like they're just gonna go off and make fun of me and shit, and, like, make fun of everything about me and how I had this weird past with my identity and everything. And, you know, it's just, I don't know. It's just so shocking that they are such a different person than they pretend to be. It feels like it feels like they pretend to be this sympathetic, caring person, but then, like, the moment they think that you're not morally on their level, then suddenly you're gonna get torn a new asshole, and, you know, basically pay for existing at all. You know, and I don't know. I don't know what to do about that. I don't know. I'm very sorry that I was into conspiracy theories, even though you probably don't believe me that I wasn't doing anything intentionally for some reason. I don't know. I don't, like, that's just, like, my mom can attest to that. Like, I've been into conspiracy theories, like, for a long time, and she has always disliked it, and, you know, I never really realized why. Like, I didn't know, I had no idea about the whole, like, I had no idea that, like, MK Ultra Monarch programming, the Freemasons were supposed to be the Jews or whatever. You know, like, that's never a conclusion I ever came to. Um, I read stuff. I was more into stuff about, like, I was more into stuff about, like spirit science stuff, and I know that has stuff about the Jews too, but, like, it made Jewish people seem more fantastical to me, if anything. Like, oh, like, they're this cool, powerful, ultra godly alien race. Like, surely they have some sort of ancient wisdom that we don't, you know? Like, they are good, you know? And then, like, I was into, like, star seed stuff and stuff like that, you know? And, like, God, all that shit is so stupid. And Law of Attraction and Abraham Hicks and everything, and I was also into conspiracy theories, and like I said in another stream, I went on to Bibliotheca Pleiades, and I read mostly just the alien stuff. But I did once read something about skull-shaped stuff, and that shit was weird. And I remember that shit being weird, and I remember specifically where I was. I was in the treehouse at my mom's house, and I just remember that being really weird, and reading that and being like, how does this have anything to do with the aliens and stuff that I read about earlier? Like, what? You know, like, I didn't, so anything like, I didn't like anything like that, but also anything that, like, mentioned God, or, like, especially God with a capital G, I was just repelled from, because I had already come from, like, my childhood was that my dad was a Christian, and then my parents got a divorce, and then I wanted to rebel against Christianity because I thought it was stupid, and I kind of became a Satanist. So I was kind of coming from this idea that Satanism was better than Christianity, which is kind of true. Like, Satanists are, for the most part, more progressive than Christians. So anything that, like, mentioned God with capital G, I was just turned off from. So that ruled out a lot of things for me. That probably took care of a lot of things for me, because a lot of Christians are the ones who are Jewish questioners, from my understanding. Yeah. So I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't know. Apparently, I'm just a terrible, horrible shit person for them. Whatever. I don't know, dude. I don't even see you this badly, but it's funny how hypocritical you are, that you want to act like I'm the one villainizing everyone so extremely, but then you're the one villainizing me so extremely that you'll never even see things in a nuanced perspective. Like, it's never gonna get to that point. So I don't know. I don't know, dude. Like, get fucked, get better, learn how to be a better person. Please find a way to get therapy. I don't know. I know it's so problematic, TM, for me to say, but you gotta get a perspective from an unbiased source who's psychologically trained. It's so important. It's so important. It's so important to be able to vent to somebody like that, because they can't just sit there and, like, give a half-assed response. You're paying them to do it. They have to do it. Like, it's just really important. I don't know. I wish you could get some type of help. I don't know. I don't know if you can or not. If you're able to, then you should. But you know, even then, I don't think you're gonna listen to me. You've been so brainwashed by Tumblr's brainworms that you're just so, like, deep into this asshole that you probably think that therapy bad and everything, which is so cool. I mean, whatever. I just, I had so much hope that you would have changed, at least somewhat, in this amount of time. Like, would have at least changed some of your perspective, at least become a little bit more chill as far as being, like, a woke school and shit, Like, I thought you would have chilled out a bit, but it does not seem you have gotten there, so I don't know, maybe I'll wait a couple more years, but if it's anything like my sister, it's a waste of time. So, I don't know. I don't know who's watching me, but hello. I don't have anything else to say, I don't think. I think I mostly cleared up the rest of everything I wanted to say, I think. I don't know. There's always more I'm discovering every day, because I'm always forgetting things. Because, you know what? We smoked a lot of weed during that time. So, a lot of my memory is pretty fuzzy. I think because of the weed, but also maybe because of PTSD. I don't know. You see, this is the thing. I don't know if I'm ever being too lenient with them. I don't know. I can't tell. I can't tell if they're just like this super manipulative person, or, like, I don't know. I mean, it's probably a mixture of the two, but, like, I don't know. I don't trust it. I don't know what to do. I don't know. I don't trust the shit. I don't trust them at all. So, I don't know. But I guess thank you for watching this. I don't know. There's no reason, I guess. I mean, I wanted to just clear everything else out, because I didn't feel like I did a great job of fully explaining everything, my part in things and everything. And also, after reading some of those messages, I just, like, I wanted to be honest. You know, I don't want. I don't like being dishonest. I don't. I've never liked it. My sister was a liar growing up, and because of that, I was so turned off from lying that I would be honest all the time, and it got me in trouble all the time. I mean, it's really stupid, I know, right? But you know, I I preferred I would prefer to be honest than like live. I don't know, just lie all the time, because then what happens when you get caught in your lie? What are you gonna do then after that point? Then no one's gonna ever trust you or believe you after that, you know? And I don't see the point in lying. So I'm just trying to be as honest as I can, and I wish you could be as honest as you could, but you know, your little friend thing, whatever. I don't know. Friends have told you that I'm manipulative, so you're holding on to that, and whatever. I don't know. I don't know, dude, but yeah, if you can find all those people that are calling me out, though, you know, send them my way. I haven't reached anybody. I don't know. I mean, I've had some confrontations on Twitter, but most of those people end up blocking me, so I don't know, dude. I don't know. I hope you figure it out, though. Um, I don't know. I hope you can also adapt some originality, if I may say so myself, not to be too salty. But I just, yeah. So, bye. Thank you for